Hey, good evening, everyone. Happy Thursday night. It is almost the end of the week. We are rolling this week up, and for several months ago, weeks seemed to drag on and go really slowly, and now I feel like they fly right by. Gosh, how time has changed, and I guess part of it is for me flying right by is that we are trying to get everything together and get ready to go. And so whenever you have something that is coming up, it sometimes it goes really slow, feeling like it's never going to get here. But we have our little countdown to. My kids have been doing our countdown to Disney sign, so we're watching the numbers and also looking around the house and knowing all the things that have got to get done before we get going. So I guess that's why it's feeling like time is speeding up around here. But I wanted to come live tonight to talk. I wasn't sure whether I was going to say this tonight or whether I was going to say this tomorrow. But I decided that tonight was a good night to come live and talk about this, because I actually have something that I already know what I want to talk about tomorrow, as being the end of my 75 days. But I really just wanted to come live and thank everybody for the accountability, for people who have been cheering me on, for the private messages, for the support. It really, these last, well, I'm on day 74 now, but through this challenge, it really, really, really has meant a lot to me. And this challenge has been hard. I'm not going to lie. It's not something that I have flown right through. And the things that I thought were going to be easy actually ended up to be the things that were harder, and the things that I thought were going to be harder ended up being the easier things. Crazy how that works, isn't it? But it's, one of the things that really I learned through all of this, through this whole process, is the power of your accountability partners. And I know this. I mean, I've been doing this for a long time, and I know the power of having a coach and the power of having a healthy community and people around you cheering you on and to be a support system. I know what that power does. I know that that's what changed my life 4.5 years ago, was when I finally, stepped up and asked for help and finally said, I can't do this alone. But there's still those times that we feel like we can, and we retreat back into our own brains, and we all try to, coach ourselves or do whatever. And it's why I always tell my clients, you can never coach yourself. That's why the program that I coaching is free for everyone for life, because we can't coach ourselves, and we always need a coach. We always need someone to lean in on and to depend on. And this has really reproven that to me this last, 74 days, going into 75 days, how powerful that is, how powerful that need for other people to help cheer me on, and just to know that I've got people when I have a rough day. When I came live last night and said, my day yesterday it was not good. And the number of people that reached out to me privately, I just appreciated it so much. And I didn't come out to say it because I was looking for any kind of anything, but it's, I was saying it because it helps hold me accountable to myself, but it also lets other people know that this is real, that everybody has hard times. None of this is easy for anybody if this is your struggle. Change is not easy. No matter what your struggle is, whatever you're trying to change, whatever you're trying to grow from, it's hard. I've talked a lot about habit loops, and habit loops, they're there, and you can shift them, you can change them, but those old bad habit loops are they're all still there, lurking in the background. And it's easy for us to fall back into our own heads, into our own craziness, to let ourselves go with it. And so, as I have been looking forward, I'm really, really, really looking forward to our 66-day healthy habit hustle. And before we actually started launching this, I've known for a couple of weeks that we were going to do this. This was already in my head. We've been planning it out. All the pieces are coming together. It's going to be really awesome. If you have been watching it, if you're seeing me post about it and you're like, maybe, I'm telling you, it's going to be great. I'm really excited about it. But my original plan when we were going to do this 66-day healthy habit hustle was that I was going to start a new 75-day thing on Saturday. Tomorrow is day 75, and I was just going to start again. And I was just going to do my own thing again. And because it just worked out perfectly, and I did not plan this, it just was random, but it works out perfectly that if I started again on Saturday, it's 75 days from now through December 31st. So it would take me through the end of the year, just the same way as our Healthy Habit Hustle is. We're just starting our Healthy Habit Hustle. It's 66 days, and we're starting it on the 26th. And I was going to do my own thing. And I was going to just move on and just start 75 days. And I've seen the excitement that is building around the 66-day healthy habit hustle, and how many people have reached out to me and saying, I'm in. And the excitement in our closed private, we've got a closed private group for clients that has 4,000 people in there, and the excitement that is already growing in there, and we've only given them a taste of you guys have gotten more out here than they've gotten in there, but everybody's really excited. We presented it in a Zoom call the other night, and we've got people who are really excited about it and cheering it on. And I said, you know what? I really sat down and thought about it, and I was like, I want to be part of that, because it's that excitement, that drive that's coming from everybody else, us doing it together as a community, that's going to power me through. Because you know what? I'm on day 74 and I'm tired. You know, part of me is just like, and the reason why I have to continue along is because I'm tired. And part of me just is going, and I'm starting to feel like I'm in the I'm fine syndrome, but I'm not fine. I'm slipping up. I slipped up big time yesterday. I'm slipping up. And I know exactly what would happen when this chart is done. If I didn't have something next to go into, I'd be fine. Fine. And then in a few weeks, I wouldn't be so fine. And I would feel really miserable. And so, but I don't want to start the 75 day on Saturday, because I want to be part of that amazing community that we're building, that amazing support system. I don't know if you've ever heard me talk about the power of the we, which I cannot take credit for this concept, because my good friend Jackie Stein presented this to me a while ago, and I love it. And I've talked about it before. I'm going to try to set my phone down and show it so I can show you the example of the power of the we. And this is why I want to be part of, and I want to do the 66-day healthy habit hustle with everybody who wants to do it. I am looking for accountability partners. I'm looking for not just the people in our group, but people who want to work specifically with me to do this, because it's going to be really awesome. So here's the power of the we. When we have we, you've got it looks like this. It starts with W, right? You're working along with people. If you slip, there are people there to catch you. That's the power of the we. When you try to do it alone, me, and you slip, it just falls right off. There's nobody there to catch you. I want to be part of that we. And that's what this has done for me. That's what living this 75 days out loud has done for me. Is it's, even though, and actually a bunch of people jumped on board and were doing their own versions of this, or some of people were using my sheet. It's been a whole bunch of things, but we've become this we, and I want to expand that we. I want to make it really, really big so that there's a lot of people there to catch us. And we have this in the group that we're offering this to, but I want my we. I want my people around me. Those of you who are watching who are like, oh my gosh, can I do this? Could I do this? Because the reason why I have so many of these checked off and not as many, I mean, there are some days that I have little dots next to things because I wasn't totally, like it was, was I perfect? Was I not? This is not about perfection. This is about progress. But I can tell you, if I wasn't living this out loud, if I wasn't marking this off on this chart, if I wasn't putting this out here and being really real with you guys on it, I would have stopped. Let's see, where do I have my first dots where I was, day 19. That was already where it started to get hard. Day 19. I'm at day 74. At day 19, it was already starting to get where I was going, a little bit. I probably would have made it to day 22, day 23 before I would have gone, because right around day 19, I know exactly where I was. We left town on the 21st. We were driving on actually, that's when we left town, was the 19th. And the 21st was when we were traveling down to North Carolina, and we were driving really late. And no, actually, that's when we were done in North Carolina. That's when we were on our way to Florida, and we were traveling really late, and I didn't get in bed. That was the first time I didn't hit bed on time. That was when everything would have fallen apart in my world. If I wasn't doing this, it would have been gone. I would have been off, because I was feeling good. I was at that point, my weight was way down. My energy was way up. I was beyond feeling fine. I was really in fine world. I was at that spot where I was fine, and I thought I was it, and I would have fallen off, because that's where I always fall off, and that's where it started to get hard, and it started to struggle. And I've talked about this, that it was those first 25 days, that first third I rocked it pretty well, and then it got really hard, and I never would have lasted. So I'm really excited to do this whole thing. Now, what is my plan? I posted about this a little bit earlier. What is my plan? So I'm not going to start a 75 day on Saturday, because I want to be part of the 66-day healthy habit hustle, and I want you guys to do that with me. So I came up with something in the intermediary. It is my 9-day hustle to the hustle. So I'm not quitting. because I don't quit. I don't quit on myself because I know that if I don't do something, then I'm quitting on myself because I know where I'll be in 9 days. I will be off the rails. So I've got my 9-day hustle to the hustle. This is my plan. It's going to get me through starting on Saturday, 9 days. My things, it's a bigger chart because there's only 9 days on here until my hustle starts. So if you are already signed up for the hustle and you want to hustle to the hustle with me, let me know. Shoot me a message. I will send you this document. If you are hustling to the hustle and you're not already on something and you want to start tomorrow on your hustle to the hustle, I do have a 10-day version as well. And if you want to start it on Sunday, because maybe you don't see this on time or you just can't wrap your head around starting it on Saturday, that's okay. I can make you an 8-day version. We can make however many days you want ahead to hustle to the hustle, because we're going to do this and we're going to live it together and we're going to be each other's we. We're going to catch each other. But my goal in this is to have all these X'd off. I got to get back out of my head. I got to get back out of the I'm fine syndrome. And that's where I need you guys. That's where we've got to stick together, because we're going to do this. And when we have a big group of people doing this, because I wasn't doing this totally alone because you guys were helping me, but I was really the only one who was really Xing these off every day. I had a few people that started with me and they didn't live it out loud the same way I did, and they struggled and they didn't make it all the way through. But we're going to be doing this together, big time together, which means we're going to hold each other accountable. We're going to cheer each other on. We're going to rock this together, and it's not about perfection. I can guarantee you it's not about perfection. You can't see on my little chart, but you can see some of the little dots in there. There are dots all over where I wasn't perfect, because it's not about perfection. It's about growth, and it's about the mindset, and it's about the lessons that we learn from this. So I hope you'll be part of it, but I really want to thank you for those of you who have just been cheering me on. And if that's what your role is going to be over the next 75 days, the next time with my 9-day hustle to the hustle and then my 66-day healthy habit hustle, if all you're doing is cheering me on, that is huge, huge, huge in my life. So please, 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 I'm asking you to continue that, because I love having that accountability to you guys as well. So I'm going to sign off because it's 11:24 and I want to be able to, on my day 74, to cross off that I'm in bed on time. So I'm going to head up to bed right now. I'm going to go get up there. And that actually was one of the things that I thought was going to be the hardest for me. And it has actually become the easiest. And I love it. I feel so much better because I've had 74 days of good, healthy sleep. So have a great night. And I will see you guys back here tomorrow on my day 75. Good night.